We all juggle life in our own different ways. I used to convince myself that I would have a fulfilling and meaningful life if I combined a full-time job with being an active mother and a Stepford wife. A bit like the main character in the movie I Don't Know How She Does It. It's very confronting when waking up one day and being forced to acknowledge it just doesn't work for you like that. Some people just have to tolerate the idea that they want to, but they can't. And I am one of those people. I've been very busy the last few weeks and even skipped my audio diary last week, which is actually a pretty funny thing to say, knowing that my agenda has so many blank spaces in it. In my case, the busyness I refer to is to a large extent mental. At this point in my life, I need to plan out how I fill my days with great care, just for the sake of not paralyzing myself. Sometimes doing the dishes asks for the same amount of energy like someone else doing an 8-hour shift at work. I'm doing my best to accept this fact for the time being, but because of my strong sense of duty and my curious and impulsive nature, it's not a simple task. Last week there was a big event at my children's school that had been planned out since the beginning of the school year. Prioritizing self-care, I deliberately said from the start I wasn't able to take on a part of the organization. It was a difficult decision, but I knew it was the best one. Eventually I did spend 2 days of energy on the whole thing. The day before I helped out with setting up everything, and the day itself I was of course present for the party and stayed longer to help with the first cleanup. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but it took so much of me, and the next 3 days I needed to recover. This week it's the birthday of my oldest, which includes a party with some of her friends. I also have several appointments, some short, some longer, but all positive and enjoyable things. Not that it matters, because it makes me very nervous and I'm counting the days till this week is over. Some days it feels like I have to mentally prepare myself for a marathon, or even worse, the battlefield. It's very excruciating if you are in a state of total loss, when you have no clue left on why you exist in this world and genuinely consider of giving up on everything. But on the other hand, it can also be immensely challenging when that spark of hope for the future does return. You start making new plans, get excited and also a bit impatient. On good days you are willing to take on the whole world and show everyone what you're truly capable of. Your enthusiasm takes over, which makes you feel so high that you totally forget about the demon inside of you. That sneaky little thing can keep its cool for quite some time and is able to stay low until the perfect moment. And then, before you know or expect it, there it is. The devil in your brain who thrives when it can destroy everything you have built. It's allergic to any sense of happiness and feeds itself on your doubts and insecurities. Considering it has been training since our early childhood, it's a very strong component, sometimes too strong. It knows us too well, especially our weaknesses, and is the smoothest talker there is. There's a lot to do about who's a narcissist and who isn't, but maybe we should start recognizing the one we are living with inside our heads. It makes me wonder how they are created. We're not born with that voice of so-called reason, but we all do develop it at one point in our childhood. And why do we keep up with it? It really is the devil. Ongoing lies, manipulation, gaslighting, and the overall generating of misery. We often lose our pure soul because of it, and after that has happened, a nearly impossible fight begins to get it back. We focus so much on possible enemies around us that we disregard and even offer a free pass to the big one inside of us. Why do we do that? It's again another form of insanity in my book. Is it because we are used to it, or maybe we are afraid to end up completely alone when we get rid of it? Some people do prefer a bad relationship over no relationship. There are also those who love wallowing in a victim position, so we might no longer have an excuse if we lose our personal Satan. I guess that is why I feel I need to be extra careful with my priorities these days. I did find that new hope for the future and even dare to dream again. I get excited and keep saying to myself to not let fear manipulate those dreams. But I am cautious. My Lucifer is keeping a tag on me, and if I juggle too many things at once, I might not be strong enough to master its attacks. Bit by bit, I'm regaining trust in myself and my capabilities, and I really feel I'm ready to take some action. However, I'm also convinced it's a smart move to keep taking my weaknesses into account and include them in some way instead of ignoring them. In some cases, you might not be able to avoid a fight, but for now I prefer welcoming my challenges or issues and find a way to put them to good use.